Hello and welcome to episode 16 of series 1 of Master League Story Mode. I hope you all enjoyed the last episode. It was a good one for me, giving a bit of thanks back to some of the fans, some of the commenters and some of the subscribers that we've had so far. I really enjoyed that. I hope you did too. As you might be aware, if you watched that episode, we've got a few transfers to deal with, but I'm going to deal with them after this first game because we need to progress time. So we're up against Rotherham. A quick look at the standings suggests that they are outside of the top 7. This shouldn't necessarily be a difficult game, especially if you look at our team spirit. We're on 95 overall. That is absolutely colossal. We are steaming ahead with the league. 6 points clear. Let's get straight into the first game. Let's take a look at how we're doing. Everyone's looking fine. Danny Guthrie is on a blue, and that might be something to do with all the transfer speculation that is going on around him at the moment. He could be a surprise exit from Ewood Park in this transfer window. He's had a great season, but we've had an absolutely huge offer for a 28-year-old who is in a pretty rapid decline at the moment. He's 71 overall now, but he's not going to get any better. That is for sure. We've been offered 4.5 million for him, which is tons, absolutely tons. And I think we can probably replace him with someone younger and more dynamic in that position, especially now that he is in a more of a defensive role, or that's what we need from that role now with the 4-4-2 or the 4-1-3-2 or whatever you want to call it. What are we calling it? 4-1-3-2, yeah. So his days might be numbered, and he seems to be reflecting that in his form. Everyone else looking all right. Ben Marshall is on a red. He's also been subject to transfer speculation as well, so he obviously wants to impress the manager, try and secure his place, because I'm sure he is aware, as many are, that he'll probably have a chance to be playing in the Premier League next season. But anyway, other than that, I think we'll start with Danny Guthrie anyway on a blue. Quick look at Rotherham. They've got Derbyshire up front and a tight midfield 4 in the middle. They're not playing much down the wings. Might be some space there for Bakali and G to exploit. Other than that, they're not doing particularly well in the league. So, once again, this could be a fairly simple game. Let's get straight into it, shall we? So we're at home, back at Ewood Park, which has become a bit of a fortress this season, hasn't it? Really, really doing well. Again, we've got the 4-1-3-2 formation, sort of a 4-4-2 hybrid, which has it's really come on in leaps and bounds since we started playing it 2 or 3 matches ago. So I'm excited to be playing with that formation again. So here we go. Blackburn pushing still for the undefeated season. We've really been a huge force. Early slip there. And the ball through from Ilari to Henley. It's in space. Can he cut it back to Rhodes? He can. Rose dances inside, left foot. Oh, good defence there. Blackburn out the blocks like a whip hit there. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was an awful ball over the top. Duffy collects. Ball into MG. Cuts it into Ilari. Can't get there. Ilari goes down, but he's up. Strong play by the big Belgian. Oh, he's full of confidence at the moment. That's great hold-up play there from the centre forward. Wins the ball back. Spreads it out. Starts the play again. Carly, good ball through to Spur. Into Rhodes. Oh, he's a bit slow there. A bit slow. Can Rotherham break here? But no, Henley is in really well. Look at that strength from the captain. Ball into NG is a bit wayward. Ulari's there. He finds someone. Cuts it back in to Veretout. Right foot shot. Rebounds off the Rotherham defender and out. More good play from Ulari. Simple layoff to Veretout. Scored goals from that position this season. That's a massive handball. Oh well. Oh well. Does anyone remember a game called True Football? I think it was True Football. You could actually get handballs in that. That was hilarious. Just tap that handball button. Anyway. Veretout with a long corner. Looking for Ulari. Back post. Ball's back in. Oh, that tactic has worked well for us. We're yet to score from it, but he's pretty deadly there. Oh, that ball looks like it's not going to make it to its intended target. And gee, that's a poor ball though. Poor pass there. Oh, he's well out of position. Rotherham playing their part so far. In G, in off his wing. He's got the power and the pace to get away there. Oh, the slip ball to NG needed to be over the top really. Struggling to make anything here. Half an hour in. Oh, it's a short free kick. Nearly caught out there. Rotherham playing their part in this match, and that's good play. Well played by Duffy. Spots the give and go. Able to release Henley into NG. Ball through from NG to Rhodes. Can he get ahead of his man? He's ahead of his man there. Left foot finish. Easy stuff. The desperate defending from Rotherham there. That would have surely been a red card for Danny Collins had he taken Rhodes down. But he couldn't even get close to him. It's a good ball from Ng. A simple ball, really. Ng spots the run of Rhodes. Collins miles away. Rhodes not the quickest. Collins slid in desperately there at the last second. In this situation, though, you're very unlikely to see Jordan Rhodes miss. The keeper, neither here nor there in terms of positioning. It's just too easy to break the offside trap at this level. And the defenders invariably don't have the pace to get back. Rose, the curler. Oh, great save. Great save. Just too easy to work it there, really, for Blackburn. Oh, gee, nearly wins it back. Ulari, great play. She's got the pace down the line. Can you get it back to Bakali? Can't quite get there. Oh. That's 1-0 at half time. Again, Rotherham actually played their part in that first half. Good closing down. But it was a simple through ball from Ng into Jordan Rhodes, who had time and space to pick his spot, finish with the left foot. So Blackburn had the possession and all the shots in the first half. It's a confident home performance. Here's Bakali. He's really yet to put on the afterburners today, but he gets away from Smallwood with ease. Trick him back inside. Good ball to Spur. Oh, he can't get the ball in. Back to Bakali. Finds it out to Spur again. The ball's in. Ulari's there. Oh, Ulari just misses the header. Oh, Rhodes cuts it down really well. Oh, Ulari couldn't get his head to that one either. Oh, Guthrie threw really easily into Ulari. Left foot finish. Oh, it's right at the post. It's a good ball in from Guthrie into Ulari on his weaker foot. Should have done better. Spur, can he whip in a ball? He can. Ng gets ahead of his man. Oh, it's a great little run from Ng. Ulari wings it back. Ulari inside to Ng. Little step away from his man. Oh. Rotherham can't clear their lines here. Oh, that wasn't the right ball. Rotherham still unable to clear their lines. Oh, I can't get the ball into Rhodes. It's Keystone Cop stuff here. Look at, they're just so bad. Get it away. Oof, Ulari nearly closes that down. Rotherham fighting back here. They know they only need one goal. And a bit of possession could drive that. It's a great ball out to this guy with the name. Oh, Hanley is able to get in and steal it back. Guthrie releases Verita in the middle of the park. Just about gets the ball away to Rhodes. Oh, Rhodes can't find the ball back to him though. 10 minutes left here. Rotherham pushing for that equaliser. It's a good ball over the top. Can Hanley clear? He can away from Smallwood. Can Bakali release the pressure here with a bit of a run? He can. He gets away from Barry with ease. He's got two in front of him here. Good ball through to Rhodes and he's offside. It's unfortunate. A few subs here. We've got another game in 3 days. Need to keep some of our star players fresh. This has been a pretty disappointing game. Hopefully we can hang on for the draw. Does seem like Rotherham are getting back into it here. Don't make any mistakes. It's Derbyshire. He's not had much to do in this game. Bakali dispossessed though. Oh, this is breaking down a bit here. Derbyshire inside. Duffy steps out really well, but it's fallen back to Derbyshire. And there's the goal. I think I saw that coming, to be honest. This has been a really, really poor game. Oh, it's just bedlam in the defence. Men falling over other men. The ball inside to Derbyshire. Duffy looked like he had it cleared. It fell back to him and Steele is beaten to his right-hand side. Only 3 minutes left. We can't lose this, surely. Substitute Low comes on. Oh, Athanasiadis gets away from his man. Great sliding tackle there. to block it out. I think that was Duffy or Henley. Spur, great little touch inside. Ah, that's a foul, surely, referee. Oh, and it's 1-1. That is an incredibly poor result there for Blackburn, who led for most of the game and then gave away a cheap goal at the end. Hanley and Duffy rightly arguing it was their blunders at centre-back that cost us that win. Hopefully that shouldn't be an issue, as we are still we were 6 points clear. But that's no good, and Tim will not be pleased with that. Complacency here. It's not even Christmas yet. Rhodes was the man of the match, but Guthrie not playing well. He's not doing himself any favours in the case for keeping his place in the team. Not even place in the team, place at the football club. So it's a rare draw. Still yet to lose, but that's 4 draws. 5, 6, 7 points ahead of Hull City, though. Coming up to Christmas. Let's check on Burnley. Well, we're 12 points ahead of Burnley, who is our next nearest rival for an automatic promotions place. But we don't want this complacency, and Tim will be battling against it for the rest of the season. So we're 1.9 million in the hole, and that's something we need to take a look at now as the transfer window approaches. Yeah, well, there's Henley coming out and saying the team's still fired up, so this doesn't worry me too much. Well, it should maybe worry you a little bit, Henley, as wasn't a great performance, but we're still at 95 team spirit, so they've got the cohesion and the togetherness in the dressing room to come back from a disappointing draw there. So as we said, we've got a game today against QPR, which is going to be a tough game. They're 5th in the league. We're away at Loftus Road, so it's not going to be easy. Quick look at the negotiations before we get there. Now, what I've been thinking is, so we do have a few negotiations in progress. The big ones, do we keep Ben Marshall? Now, this went out to the commenters in the last episode, as I asked for, and we had some mixed comments. Some saying let him go, some saying keep him on. They like to give these players a chance. Yes, maybe. He's 24 years old. He's not a youth prospect. Those stats, they're not getting any better. And although he's slightly exceeded his potential, that is a flat line of what was his expected potential. He's not going to get much better. 2.2 million, I'll definitely consider it. I think what I'm going to do is put in some bids for some players and then assess who we need to sell to bring them in, rather than sell and then see what we can go and get. I think that's probably the best way to do it. Olsen we're going to keep because he's a good stand-in at the moment, but if we get a new left-back, maybe, if we can find one, then he might have to go as well, 300,000. Jordan Rhodes I think we're going to keep. He's not getting any better, but he's not getting any worse, so it's definitely worth keeping there. Kilgallen, well, we are going to need to replace him if we do sell him. But I think we almost certainly will, right? Yeah, 1.6, easy decision. Spur, hopefully he will be our second choice left back after this window if we can find someone to bring in. Henley, we keep, definitely. Koita, we're waiting for a renegotiation from Birmingham City there, but if we can get 4, maybe 5 for him, then I'll consider it. Delfonso, yeah, you're outside of our plans, so you're definitely going. It's our first outward transfer so far. Now, Danny, this is the tough one. 4.7 million from Osasuna. Oh, it's going to be difficult to turn that down. It's almost double his market value for a 28-year-old. And look at those stats. He's going down. But, as I said, I'm going to leave that for when we get to the transfer window and we can see. So I think actually it's about time to put some bids in. So let's look at the favourites. Now, the problem is, when I add people to the favourites, you lose that... often you lose that ability to deal with them. So these are 3 players, 3 great players who we scouted using the scout. This guy was great at destroying midfielder. The problem is you then lose that chance of signing that you get with the scout. The scout gives you that, like, a little boost, allowing you to get players that you would never normally be able to sign. So unfortunately we're not going to be able to sign any of those players. So potentially putting some bids for some of the ones we've got on the scouting list now. I like both of these players as a replacement for Guthrie. They're both going to be pretty expensive. We're talking 5-6 million here. So obviously we'd have to sell Danny Guthrie and maybe another player as well. I like Marone because he can play as a centre-back as well, which is what we wanted. His ball winning's not great. It's my only problem with him. Look at Tyder, who's ball winning at 73. That's really, really solid. So look at that. He's actually a really good passer as well. I like the look of this guy. Whereas Morone is more versatile. We did want... That was what I asked for from the scout, from Tommy Johnson. I said, we want a defensive midfielder who can play as a centre-back so we can get rid of Kilgallen and Guthrie. So we're definitely putting a bid for him. Yep, we won't be able to afford it yet, but we can make some changes if we need to. Now, I'm pretty confident that these two players are going to do the trick. At least one of these. If we can afford them, we might have to move some, make some transfers. Maybe Marshall will have to go out as well. I think we can afford that at this point. If we do that, we should be able to afford one of these players. So I'm going to send the scout out again. Hopefully we can get another scouting report back by the end of the transfer window. So what I think we're going to look for here is a replacement left back. We're going to look across Europe, again still developing, but we want that within the team budget, which is going to be really low. So we may not get any better than Tommy Spur, but that'd be worth a punt, I think. We're away at QPR. They've got Charlie Austin up front. They've got a great team. They should be doing better this season, really. Really, really strong team. They've got Sandro and Leroy Fer as a defensive central midfield partnership there. That's brutal. That is a serious amount of strength. Danny Guthrie could easily struggle with these. Hopefully we've got the guile in Bakali and G to run riot, but this is going to be difficult. That's a very, very strong partnership there. And Charlie Austin up front, we know he's a Premier League quality player. If we give him too many chances, he's really, really going to trouble our defenders. That's a strong team. I don't know how they're doing so badly. Let's take a look at how we're doing. A little bit tired, but other than that, everyone's looking pretty strong. Let's get straight into it. Now, as I said, this is going to be a really tricky matchup. Coming off the back of a very, very disappointing draw against Rotherham at home. We're now away against a strong QPR team who've underperformed so far this season, granted, but should not be taken lightly. And this is going to be tricky. Charlie Austin up front. Fer and Sandro in the midfield is a solid double act. Rhodes wins it away and he keeps the ball from Sandro. Inside Leroy Fer. Great ball through to Veretout. Could this be an early start? What a start for Blackburn. Jordan to Jordan. The Jordan to Jordan axis. Exploiting QPR from the kickoff. That was brutal. Just as I was talking about how Sandro and Leroy Fer should be a formidable central midfield partnership to try and break down, they just absolutely broke down. The opposite. Let's watch that again. Straight from the kickoff. Jordan Rhodes shrugs off Leroy Fer there. Was that Sandro? I think shrugs off Sandro. Inside. Great run from Veretout from midfield. And he's got absolutely acres of space to finish on his weaker foot with a lovely curling shot. This perhaps sheds some light as to why QPR aren't doing as well as maybe they could be. That was very simple. And Green could have done better there. He dived a couple of days after that went in. It's like some start there for Blackburn. QPR looking shell-shocked here. They fancied a good run at the league leaders. But it's not started well for them. Cherry with the ball in. Oh, Spur can clear, but only as far as Fer. We know he's got a wicked shot on him. Charlie Austin back out to Fer. Guthrie can clear. Second time of asking. Good nod on there from Rose, but he couldn't quite make it to his strike partner, Ulari. Spur just about makes it back, but then he's oddly doesn't go for it. But still, able to get hold of that. Nedamanua to Fer. Into Robinson. It's like a who's who of failed Premier League players, QPR. But they're doing well to keep possession here. Oh, but Guthrie in so strongly there. Into Veretout. Can he slip through? Rosie can. Looks the ball out again. He really probably could have done better there. It's out only as far as Guthrie. Oh, Guthrie tries to turn back inside, but it's fallen to Fer. Austin does well to ship the ball out to Hoylett. Looks to run Henley down the line. Henley in. Ah, it's a missed tackle, and that is a foul. Ball in. Still should be able to gather here comfortably, and he does. Throws out to McCarley, who's found a bit of space. Lovely little turn away from Perch, who can't keep his feet. Looks for the ball to Ulari. He's not going to get there. Rob Green comes out, clears well. Austin beats Guthrie to the ball. It's a good example of why we maybe need a more defensive player in that area when we come to the Premier League. I think we're really going to need someone a little bit more defensively minded in the Guthrie position. Which is why if we can take the 4.5 million for Danny Guthrie now, I think we probably should. Oh, it does well to step inside Veretout. But Ng's there to nick it away. QPR looking a lot stronger here after that first. Oh, Duffy slips. Not the time for that. Henley slips as well. The ball out to Robinson. He's in loads of space. He's got Charlie Austin inside. Hoylett inside to Sherry. That's 1-1. I felt like the goal was coming there. And they worked it really nicely around the outside of the box. There was 2 consecutive slips from Blackburn defenders. Spur and Duffy both falling over. Giving Robinson enough time. And it had the Blackburn defenders on their heels. Sherry does well. Just knocks it in. Into Sherry, sorry. And that's a good finish. Duffy again. Not looking great. So, 1-1. We've really not done very well in these last 2 games. Just missing something. I don't know what it is. Bakali into Rhodes. Good play. Spur can't get it away, but he just about gets there. He's cut out by Sherry. That's 1-1. Disappointing again. 1 shot apiece. Queen's Park Rangers with a little bit more possession, but our pass completion has been truly terrible. 65% is awful. Okay, let's see what we can build in the second half here. We've just not been playing well at all. These last couple of games, just not been able to put anything together. Bakali. Spurs still making the run. Oh, he can't get it through. Rhodes luckily is there to tidy up. Spurs still up from the back. Inside to Veretout. Gets the ball away from him. Veretout with the curler. Oh, and he's just beaten Rob Green again to begin the second half. Once again, QPR caught napping after the whistle to begin the half. Veretout with another goal. What a finish that was. Didn't look like he would be able to trouble Rob Green from there. Maybe there was some sort of deflection. Let's have another look. So Spur, who made the run and stayed up, just able to get it back into Veretout. We're outside of the box here. Little step over. QPR players away from him. Oh, Green's been caught out there. That's an absolute blunder from the ex-England international. That was really poor. Really poor? That was really poor. Veretout steps away. He's dangerous in these positions. Little step over to full Sandro. And then the curler goes just right next to Rob Green. That's really poor. So Blackburn starting the second half as they started the first with a goal against the run of play. Can they hold on to this one though? Sherry into Austin. We don't want to let him turn here. Duffy, Hanley this time in really well. Little flick out to Veretout. And that's a great pass. Bakali with the first time ball over to Rhodes. He's got ahead of Hudson. Oh, but he can't get there. Ugh. Couldn't quite pull the trigger. Did really well to get ahead of his man. Geezer presses on here though. It's Ulari, right foot finish. Oh, straight at Rob Green. Able to palm it into the floor. That's what Ulari's good at. Don't want to be dilly-dallying with him in the area. QPR able to just about make their way out of the Geezer press there. That's where we want them, in that little corner of the pitch. Phillips into Perched. Oh, good ball into Austin. This is dangerous position here for Blackburn. Oh, no! What was the defence doing there? Could have cleared it there, surely. It's a good ball into Austin there. I think from Phillips. Good save by Steele. Oh, is that Guthrie? Could have cleared it there, really. His defence is looking precarious now. Last couple of games, we've really been unable to hold a lead. Which is not like us. Good play from Ulari into Veretout. Skips away from his man. Inside Anua. Tries to find Rhodes. I think that was too intricate there, really, from Veretout. Should have gone alone. Fur into Hoylett. It's good passing, crisp passing here from QPR. Henry wins it back, but he couldn't get it again. Hoylett in a bit of space. Guthrie. Oh, Guthrie misses it. Oh, God. QPR looking really dangerous here in the last few minutes. That's going to be... Oh, Duffy, that was really necessary there. Austin had made a great run and Duffy just cut out the through ball. Just can't win it back here. Good ball from Austin over to Phillips. No! No way! The Invincibles could be over here. This is not going well at all. Just can't win the ball back. Charlie Austin turns and puts in an unbelievable ball through to Phillips. Wasn't going to miss from there. Heartache. Absolute heartache here for Blackburn. Only 5 minutes to save their undefeated run. Spur gets away from Sandro. For the ball into Koita. The substitute on through Lari. Can't get there. But Spur wins it back. Koita the ball into Marshall. The substitute. Oh, he couldn't take it down. Ben Marshall. That could have ended his career here. No. And Henley can't keep it in. 2 minutes to go. Ben Marshall could have evened things up there for Blackburn. His touch let him down. Oh no, this could be another goal. Hoylett has been an absolute pest. Hanley's able to get in and win it back. Rhodes out to Koita, who's in a bit of space. This is really our last chance. Into Rhodes. Oh, it's off the defender. This is it. This is the undefeated record gone. No way. Oh, it's all over. It's all over. The Invincibles, the dream of the Invincibles is done. And Steele is gutted. Duffy, God, Steele is tiny. Duffy gutted as well. I mean, to be fair, it couldn't last. We knew this was going to be a tough game against a difficult opposition. But that is just abysmal. The high that we've seen in this first half of the season is over. I don't believe it. It's our first loss of the season. 3-2 away to QPR. I think complacency has started to sneak in. And I also think that the disruption to the team from some of the transfer rumours, especially with Danny Guthrie, has really cost us. And that puts us now only 9 points away from third place Burnley, who are the ones we need to watch out for. To be honest, I don't care whether we win the league. I care that we get automatic promotion. We don't want to be pulled in to a playoff dogfight. I'm gutted. Absolutely gutted. Really, truly gutted. So that's a real kick in the teeth there. First loss of the season. I cannot believe it. Just gutted. We need to come back from this, and we need to come back strongly. And if we can add some players, that'd be great. So let's see how we did there. Marshall came on there. Brilliant balling from Koita. Couldn't have finished the game off for us, but his touch, his control was just lacking in that one moment. Oh, I can't even do this now. I can't even do it. I'm too upset. We've lost. First game lost of the season. We're still top of the league, but complacency had really set in. A draw and a loss. It's our worst record by far. Well, obviously it's our worst record. It's our first loss of the season. Tim Sherwood not pleased. There's going to be some real reflection ahead of the Nottingham Forest game, which is tomorrow. And the transfer window begins, and I think this is potentially a bad time for some of these players to stop performing. Ben Marshall had his chance as a substitute. Danny Guthrie has not been showing the form that we need. Could be wholesale changes coming in. Could not be, but we'll see in the next episode. So until then, thanks for watching, and I will see you in a bit.